Hi everybody. Welcome to this tutorial on using a volunteer sign up. We're going to use this website to invite parents at our school to sign up for classroom needs at our school. To get to this page, the URL is volunteersignup.org. It will look like this. Here's a sample of what our finished product will look like. So the overall process, it says over here, is create an online sign-up sheet, email link to potential volunteers, and then once we have that, we'll have a little system on our website where volunteers can just see all the links for all the homeroom teachers, and they'll just be able to click on the teachers that their children have and sign up for stuff. Alright, so I'm going to click on this red button, create sign up sheet now, and I'm going to pause the recording a second so that I can fill this in. Okay, so I'm going to try and outsmart the system. I have created an account already, but I'm going to try and log in as Bonnie. And yes, your password will show, but I'm sure that's just temporary. And this is the second time I've been to this site, and it always is an apple. So right here the question is what kind of fruit is shown below. You have to type in apple. So I'm going to click here, agree and create account. Let's see what happens. Also here, this is the only time you fill this out. The second time you visit, you're going to click here to log in. Okay, so success, we did this. It'll show my username up here, and this is the last step. We're going to create a sign-up sheet. It says fill in the boxes below to create a sign-up sheet. Click the big finish button when you are done, and it's talking about this. Okay, so a couple of heads up for this. Let's use a common way to fill this out so that the links and everything will be the same. I'm just going to pick Patty Anderson's homeroom in 4th grade. Title, Mrs. Anderson's, actually, I'm going to make up a teacher, right? Because then I'll be doing it for someone. Mrs. Smith's homeroom. And I'm going to pause the recording a second. Okay, so we're going to name it, give the title, the teacher's name, and then homeroom, and you could add just a sentence about what this is for. So now we're going to fill in this grid, and what you have to think about is each homeroom teacher is going to want to use volunteers differently. And for sure, the Thiensville campus gets quite technical. So what you want to think about is, let's say Johnny Appleseed Day Party. All right, so that's our what. And you could say, I don't know, Monday, spell it correctly, 9/9. All right, but now what would be most helpful is if you are specific about, plates. All right, and then Mrs. Smith needs 3 people to bring plates. Well, that's not the only event for Johnny Appleseed. So I'm going to copy that, and then it's going to be cupcakes. And again, Monday the 9th, I'm going to have 5 people bring cupcakes. And I could just continue. Do you see? You're going to need an event or a what for each of the things that your teacher is requesting. If we group it, it might group by date or event, but do it chronologically. I think that will make sense. One other thing I know we're going to have to look at, for instance, library. Mrs. Milazzo, and there could be other teachers who want, like, for an event that's going to happen throughout the course of the year. So Johnny Appleseed and other one-time event parties are going to be pretty easy to put in, all right? So we can have a date and we can have exactly what we want people to bring for that party. But something like library helpers or readers or center helpers or volunteers, you may have to be kind of creative. So for instance, library, if Mrs. Milazzo is going to have library on Mondays and Wednesdays, you can skip the when. She may want to see if there are, maybe 2 people that can do that. Well then, and then she'll just schedule them on Mondays. But she also may have library on Wednesdays, and she may want to have 4 people, or find out if there are 4 people that she can rotate maybe throughout the month. So do you get how, depending on the event, you're going to have to be creative, because when we're done with this, let me look at my time. Okay, I'm going to go faster. You're going to have a sign-up sheet where there are only 3 places for people to bring plates for the Johnny Appleseed party. There's only going to be 5 places for people to bring cupcakes for the Johnny Appleseed party. 4 people can sign up to work at the library on Mondays, and maybe, she doesn't need 4 for that, but she wants to see if she could get 4 people to sign up. Field trips. And this might be our last example. Audubon. How do you spell Audubon? Audubon? Something like that. Field trip. So going to the Schlitz Audubon. The date doesn't matter, but she then may want 4 people. So that one, you can be done. And then here I can add a row. So if I want to say, all my field trips, I'm going to go to the museum, and I need 4 volunteers. So that's how I'm going to enter field trips. So do you see how it's going to be? Probably 2 teachers are not going to have this filled out the same way. I have not tested to see if we click finished, what happens if I have an error. So that's what we're going to look at now. So I've got this filled out, and I think I have everything that my teacher has given me, and I'm going to say finished. And I do want to make sure I remember what is my username and how do I log in. All right, here we go. Clicking finished. Great. You have created a sign-up sheet for Mrs. Smith's homeroom. The next step is to let your potential volunteers know about the sign-up sheet. You should provide the following link to your potential volunteers. You can put it in an email or on your site. Sarah may decide to email this out, which is perfectly fine. And of course, I have a message on there. Sorry, that will go away. But we are, I think the last time I talked to her, we could also put this link on our web page. So actually, Sarah probably might make a decision on that you're just going to email that out to your families. Or if you think it would be easier if everybody gives that to me and you're specific about this is Patty Anderson's link for the volunteer sign-up page, then I can make one page on the website with all of these links. So if you're a parent, you go to one page, and then here I've got 4 kids in school or 2 kids in school. I don't have to look for these emails. It may be, I try and avoid as many emails as possible. So having it in one place, and especially then, I guess, if people forget or lose it. The only other thing I haven't figured out is, what if you fill this in, and a month into school we want to add stuff? So I'll look at that. So here's an email that you can send out. All right, and then here I'm going to return to my list of sign-up sheets. Okay, so let's see what happens with that. If I go here, I can sign up. So we're going to do that. Actually, I'm going to copy that, and then we're going to go here. All right, and see. All right, so as the user, as I logged in as this user, so now I know I can create multiple sign-up sheets. Okay, and I can edit them. Well, I didn't even know that. So that's fabulous. I can copy, I can delete, I can deactivate. So interesting. I wonder how long these are live for. Talking out loud. All right, let's go see what it looks like. I'm going to click on this, and then here is what our parents will get when they click on this. So they're going to see Johnny Appleseed Party. I need, someone needs plates. Actually, 3 people need plates. All right, well, I'm going to sign up. And then here I am going to just enter this here, which will generate an email for me to help me remember, hey, I signed up. So I'm going to pause this, and then you can see how it changes. You can see how the form changes. Okay, so I've got that filled out again with the apple. I'm going to sign up for, I think it was plates. So, okay, this confirms that I signed up for plates, blah, blah, blah. If you need to make a change to your sign-up, you should contact the volunteer organizer directly. Here's Bonnie's email. Click here to return to the sign-up sheet. All right, so I see that I signed up for that. All right, so let's see, are there any other questions? Of course, if I decide, oh, I can't bring plates, we're going to have to figure that out. But I think this should work, and this is secure. Your information will not be provided to others. Some people may ask that. So I'm hoping that that is going to work, and probably we're going to need a little bit of explanation in the email or on the website. So you guys just tell me how you want this done, but hopefully this screencast will help. Good luck with volunteer sign up, and for sure contact me if you do have any questions. Happy to help. Thanks for listening, and thanks for helping with this process.